Yeah.
It was very. I mean, I thought everything was just beautiful the way that it ended up. So I thought it was very very well done.
But that's the update. But is there anything else you would like to talk about? You think that can be improved on?
Well, we were talking about before you got here that I think I agree with Abigail that maybe more collaboration or learning amongst the community boards would have been good.
Well, that was the plan for my workshop. We never took off. And because I pushed them, I wanted to stay in the same one. But you could see the way that conference was done, it was more toward the people, the back advocate organization more than the community board.
And I don't know that, I mean, maybe someone else knows if every community board was represented.
No, they were not because we had a month-long campaign where I sent them the resolution, I sent them maps, I sent them all kind of stuff. So I'm saying is that unfortunately that happened. I couldn't be there because my AVAC system went. That day, so I was back and forth between the park and home, and that's what I do. So I'm thinking, I'm going to speak to the board president. I'm going to try to catch those community board. The very first Tuesday of every month, they have the board meeting.
Okay.
So if we don't have it this year, we probably, because they have May and June left, if we could have them come an hour before the board, and then they could stay for the board. That's the thing I'm thinking about. Because some community board did a lot of work. They sent a lot of the information. They follow all the instructions. A lot of them called and said, hey, I have something already scheduled and all of that. But I think the idea, the concept was getting them to talk to each other. We did not achieve that.
But I thought it was great information.
But because the first part was they all needed the information that was there.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, how are you?
Good, Annie. I texted you earlier.
Oh, I've been running.
No, my phone. The phone never just texted me.
The text never answered. How you doing? Oh, okay. Pull out the seat.
So I was saying, is it possible for me to watch it online?
Today?
Yeah.
No, because today we're not gonna go online. Next time.
Okay. That was the text I sent you. I'm like, let me stop by.
Call. If I have some now, I don't hear the text.
Okay.
If I don't respond your text and you want something, make a phone call. Call me because I wanted to get it. So let's do that.
We get another supermarket in Amsterdam.
Yeah, the Associated is supposed to come back.
Oh, it is?
Yes, it's always.
The question is when. That was the agreement. But the question is when. We gotta go and find out. So let's do this.
Because I know it's a supermarket, the one on Bedford and Empire, where they
Okay,
tore
go
down.
ahead.
It's open now.
Please give me a call.
That's the one that they had torn down.
Okay. Sometime tomorrow.
I haven't been there
Okay.
yet.
Bye.
Have you been there?
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there.
Was
Little?
it nice?
Yeah, little.
Yeah, I've been there. I've
I've been
been
there.
there 4 or 5 times already.
I
I like a lot of the stuff they have, and their price are much lower than anything else. in
Okay,
Korea.
I'll have to go over there.
I don't know if this is an introductory class, but everything is a lot cheaper.
Well, it's kind of like a discount.
Yeah.
Market, I think, anyway, like a oldie kind of.
What?
So
So
they got an oldie downtown.
they have a little downtown,
They have a little downtown and they have an oldie.
and that they have an oldie. That we don't have here.
I'll like between the two.
So
I
guys,
haven't seen it.
so let's do this. What I'm most concerned about now, we only have, this is April, May, and June left.
Okay.
We need to prepare something for the fair.
Yeah, which is June.
June 6th. Unfortunately, I'm going to be away that day.
I actually walked down Nostrand Avenue today, and I was encountered by a young lady who said she opened up a nail shop, and I told her to send her business card or send a flyer to the office in case we're doing a fair or anything. That's what I
Right.
told her.
Yeah.
She can come and volunteer or do something for the kids or the elders or the adults. I told her that today. But that would be a
That would be a good thing to do
A
because one
mobile-
other thing, what I may want to ask you guys to do, if we can meet, not officially, to continue planning what you can think. Look at each of the parks. Can you think of one activity for each of the parks? So that way.
All taking place that day?
No,
Oh.
different day.
Oh,
Going into the summer.
okay.
Okay.
Just go from the list and start with the first part. We
Right.
have what, jazz festival,
Yeah,
arts.
Right, I will send that and we'll see, by the time we come back next month, we have a list of things. We will, just pick a date, it doesn't matter. Then choose a date, you say, today, I think the second weekend of July, we're gonna be in this part. Just come with something. And then we'll finalize, we bring it at our next meeting, and then we'll see what happens, because one will make and all that other stuff. So that's what I want to do. So, because what we want to do for next year, because I'm thinking next year already,
That's great.
is to do a calendar before September for the whole year.
Oh, that'll be good.
Okay, a calendar of activity for the whole year. So let's see each of you individually. If you are ready to do an extra meeting, we always will have access to Gloria's community garden. So tell me what date, and let's meet there. Okay, because I'm also gonna be in May, I'm gonna be at a meeting, but I'm not gonna make the executive meeting and the general board meeting, because I'm gonna be away. So these are just family stuff, because the first one in June, my daughter is coming for a wedding, so I have to go and babysit.
That's right.
Baby, so these are the kind of things. So send me something, email something. We already have a list, we also have a WhatsApp group.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
what's that?
Put it on that WhatsApp group and then let's do that.
Okay, so you want us to pick a park,
Pick
pick
up
a day,
suggest an activity
and
and
suggest
suggest
an
an
activity.
activity.
To make it easier, why don't we start by the first park and the first activity and assign it, unless it's not conducive, the activity is not conducive to that park.
Right.
But to make it easier, we have 13 parks and gardens in our
Right.
community,
Mhm.
and I don't know exactly how many activities we have, but we just line it up and match
Right.
them.
The map that we did for that conference has all the parks and all the community garden. So I will send it to everybody.
Okay.
So you have the list of the parks and the list of accommodation and their location and so on and so forth in that map. What I would suggest we do for the community fair, I want to give it to them and have them blow it up for the fair. I think transportation did the same thing. They're gonna give us an easel, so if I'm not there, you guys will have a table with that big map, and then you sign up people that may be interested in map and activity. So we'll be able to finish that by next month, so that's what we said, so, okay?
Okay.
Anything else?
Just say, I think we should skip Wingate Park, cause there's so much stuff.
There's so
going
much,
on
so
in there
yeah,
already.
that's fine.
Like, I don't,
Oh, yeah, so a lot of
people go there all the time.
Yeah, they.
Well,
like
you could skip, no,
tournaments,
The summer, we got the show.
The- yeah, the concert.
Right, they are
So
concert.
I think you
No,
can leave that one off.
I agree with you, my goal is to, right.
Yeah, they
No.
have.
They
I'm always
have it,
surprised.
I don't know,
I'm always surprised. I don't
know if when that you're gonna continue the concert, but we
You don't
gotta
know?
find out. My goal-
This year.
Alright,
Yeah,
my goal is to expose the park, the playground like the one
Yeah.
next to his home, to expose the other places people are
Yeah.
not going.
right.
Think of each program think of children activities for playgrounds, and what can also happen at the community garden. Gloria usually have her opening, she has a band that play and all that other stuff. But that way, I was talking about community garden. So
Okay.
they have what's called a senior day. They have a band that come and play for the seniors, they have food, they have all kind of stuff. And this thing like the nail person you have, that could be a good thing to
I believe Nordstrom and Lefferts.
Okay.
What's the name of the place?
Wrong bag, I changed my bag before I got here.
Okay. If most of you are not on Facebook because the Economic Development Department just put out a wheel about the scavenger hunt.
Oh, I
So
saw that.
it's on the CB9. So if you know of any business, tell them about that. And then these are possible people, if you need contribution, we may be able to ask them. by coming and participating.
Brenda just messaged us, she's watching us. Hi Brenda.
Hi, Brenda. How you could be here? What I was hoping, I don't know, maybe in May, we should try to have a couple of presentation because I wanted to build from the zoo to journalists. It's been a long time. And if you couldn't think of any other celebration, because we don't want basically have 2 months left. And let's start planning for next year because the 25th, they have the education town hall.
Right, right.
The president of Medgar is supposed to be there.
April
Ah.
25th.
Yeah, from 12 to 2.
Mhm.
I'm hoping to approach her because the concept we want to develop for the community, the art summit. My suggestion is I want to talk to her about it. How can we get in contact with her art department at the college and have an art summit at the college? That's all I want to ask her. If you guys there, you talk to her, speak to her about the same thing. Okay? Is there anything else? Let me look at this thing.
Yes, Coach Shamari sent me an update. He
Right.
apologizes for not being here.
Mhm.
He said he would like to report that the Crown Heights soccer team will play the group stage against Bushwick,
Mhm.
Bed-Stuy, Bronxville,
Mhm.
Coney Island, and Canarsie on May 16th. So if
Where
we
is
can-
that?
What is
Where?
it, yours?
Where is
Oh,
it?
I don't know. In Canarsie, it does
Oh,
say
in
Canarsie.
Canarsie.
I just didn't
Alright.
tell you. So if we can
I
all,
should give him a call also because we still want to spend next year about a sports summit.
I think that would be great to give him a call.
Mhm.
He also said World Cup viewing, US and Haiti games, and soccer tournaments June 13th through July 13th at All Boys High
Oh,
School.
that's a great place to go.
Yes.
Alright, so they're gonna
And
have definitely. we'll try
He
to-
said Community Board Sports Day, July 2026, date to be determined.
Alright, why don't you send all that stuff to us in an email so we could
Wait, let me copy and paste.
right, and then we could do that. Alright. Are there anything else we should cover because since we don't have a phone? I think there's a mural. There's a. I don't know if you guys saw the E-Blast. There's an organization that's trying to do mural in the community. 3 years ago, we started a project like that never took place. Mural painting. I wanted to do a school. I'm gonna try to see if we could reach out to them for them to come and do a presentation between either May or June.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. You said there was a mural in Dodgers Park.
So
Well,
when is
that's
it
what I'm saying. We try to put it back there. So these are the kind of things. So if you could think of putting together
What do they
a concept for a mural, let's try to share that. Okay? Since we have commerce, so we cannot approve anything. I think we cover most everything. So I'm gonna speak to Mia because the conference was recorded by CB9. We're supposed to put it on YouTube, but we asked them to make it available, make it private, unless you have a password to see it, because that's what they requested.
Okay.
So I want to see if she could get me the link before I leave. And then I'm going to suggest to the people from the Prospect Park Alliance that send out a survey because we haven't done a debriefing about what happened yet. Okay?
I have another update. Billy sent me a text just now saying she has an update on the field permit. She spoke to someone at Old Boys Field about Soccer Fest,
Mhm.
and he's saying it's not on the calendar, which meant that the permit or the request for the permit went to the wrong person. It should go to Mr. O or Tabitha Strauss.
She should tell her to reach out to Dante.
I did. That's exactly what I told her.
Dante has been working with that and he's taken the lead. I know he's been CCing me. So he has sent stuff on them, they have not responded to him. Then he should send that information to Dante.
Okay. Do you want me to give my update too?
Yes, go ahead. Say
Okay.
quickly.
So right now at Major Owens Health and Wellness Community Center, we're really working on getting more access to the community. We're working on an alliance between Ifatayo, which is the dance company and drumming, Digital Girl, which does the STEM program, Central Brooklyn Soccer Club, which services the youth in our community to help them travel. My boys just came back a week ago from Spain. They came in fourth, but I'm still happy. I'm proud. They went up against some really good teams. We have FYA, which is a basketball club. We have CAS Prep, which is a tutoring program. We have a school enrichment program, which is chess. We are really focused on arts, education, and sports with this alliance, and hopeful that these organizations already in the community, servicing this community, can work together and can share ideas, can grow, and also come up with the funding. So the reason why this alliance was started, so that it would be a group funding for them to be able to pay for space in Major Owens Health and Wellness Center. So I'm really glad, and that was BFC Partners, and me. I really did call and text a lot. You can say I was a little bit annoying, but when you really want to get something
Well,
done,
you gotta get annoyed.
yes.
Yes.
So I'm glad that he received me as I'm just a community member who's really passionate, and this is why I was so adamant about speaking and getting everybody together. So that's a major win. And now not so much of a win was that I called my OSHA instructor and asked him to have an OSHA program at Major Owens Health and Wellness Center, but I only had a week and a half. That is not enough time. I was getting called, the program was supposed to start Monday the 13th. But I'm still getting calls as of last night about the program, so there's a need here. The flyer just came down, there's a need, but we need more time to market, to promote,
Yeah, you need
and put it out
you need
there.
at least 2 months.
I think we need at least 3 to get it to all the elected officials. A week and a half wasn't good. It's not a free program. It's $415 for OSHA, SST training, and flagging, which I paid $400 for OSHA alone. So this is an amazing initiative. I asked him to really help out the community because we need it. But the pushback from the advisory committee was, okay, we're equipping the youth or people with OSHA, SST, and flagging, but what about jobs? It's not ensuring that they get jobs or skill. And I told them that's a great idea. So I look forward to working with them on some sort of job placement program and also a trade or skill program. It's heavily needed in our community.
I think we do not have a community, but something any community that deal with employment and jobs.
I think you like isn't economics.
Not so much.
Oh,
Youth basically all they did is to be in SYP. Yeah, if you're talking about OSHA, you're trying to get up some people that are already out of school. There was only one organization that used to do the OSHA training. They haven't done it for a while. It was the Gentleman Factory. For all of them, you got to get paid. It's not a free program to get that certification. Put that in the notes. This is something we should think about. Same way, because when the youth does a job fair, it's only for the kids in high school. We may want to think part of a general job fair for the whole community. A lot of the politicians, a lot of the elected do that, where they bring all kind of companies in here. I haven't seen much of that here.
Just for the youth, but for
Major Owens has job fairs. They partner, I think, with Congresswoman Yvette Clarke.
Right.
What I mentioned
having 3 or 4 or 5 doesn't hurt.
hurt.
Doesn't hurt.
Right.
The more you have, the better it is. The more people can get jobs. We could have one. CB9 can work in one. Because this is an idea because we can call on all these companies around, all the cities and all these people same way when we do, because the resource fair is one of the things like that. And we could make it a more formal. It's going to be strictly high
Public safety maybe?
inside. It's going to be basically CB9 job fair.
Which brought me to the point, the statement that I mentioned at our meeting yesterday was, we have a development coming soon, 1550 Bedford Avenue.
Right.
Maybe that should be a part of our community benefit. that we train, even if it's safety, if we don't have skilled workers in the community, at least for safety, it should be the community board members who are on that job site
Right,
dealing
there
with
should be.
safety or laborers,
Yeah.
if nothing else, at least laborers, because we already have contractors, we have developers who live in this community. If we can get a community agreement that states something like that, I think that would be great, and that would be an OSHA program right there.
You could see that when people apply for liquor license, that safety committee usually asks, are you gonna employ people in the community?
But wasn't it at one time?
Same way if
a-
it's big
a-
developers coming, this may be in Europe and all this stuff, this would be something we should require, we should ask for.
It should be required, if you're gonna put it out in our area, cause I remember my mother used to run the community center in Ingersoll.
Mhm.
So when she was running it, they wanted her to hire people from outside. And she told them, no,
No,
we're
no.
not doing that. If I'm putting something in my neighborhood, I'm
Mhm.
going to hire the
Right.
qualified people in my
But they-
neighborhood.
Absolutely, there are qualified people.
I
right
think
there.
NYCHA has something like that.
Yes.
When job is coming in, they have to hire a certain amount of people that live in those.
But in NYCHA, with NYCHA, they do have, where they have the job fairs or the job opening, and they let the people in the neighborhood in NYCHA
No,
know.
yeah, they usually would post
Yeah,
fire.
cause they just had something posted for NYCHA.
Okay,
But
So-
I want to let me ask this, right? In terms of OSHA, right? If you contact OSHA and let them know that you know, in terms of trainings and stuff for the community board, do we have to pay?
You
Uh,
have to pay the instructor unless,
it's a license.
Yeah.
The person
Yeah,
will
it's a
get a
license.
license.
Yeah, I know, it's a university.
Unless-
a certification.
It's a certificate unless,
I'm certified.
unless you can
You have to
get
get it.
somebody to sponsor it. That's the only way we could
Yes,
get
I'm
it.
trying to remember
Yeah, it
because
costs them
when I
like
was
400.
working,
Mhm.
when I was working, you know, we got OSHA to come in and train some of our clients. You know what I mean? But that's years ago. And you
That's
look
the
at that
developer, that's a part of the community, we wanna partner with them and have them
Them
pay.
Okay.
Yes.
for that, that's what you would do, yeah.
change. All right, okay, cool.
And BFC Partners did that, when they were building, I think 1101 President,
Mm.
they sponsored OSHA classes.
For people in the
I
community.
don't have the statistic about how many people they hired from the community,
Right.
but they did, but I did ask them to
So
sponsor.
this is something we could look at for the community can do it, because our job as a community board is to do somewhat an oversight to make sure the
Right.
community is doing. So there's a lot of area we are not touching and then we should touch.
I have something else. They have now reserved, I guess, I don't wanna say free time, but it is essentially free time, longer hours for youth and the community to play basketball, to have swimming. Yeah, I think that's a great initiative.
Yeah,
Major
yeah,
Owens.
Right,
And, you know, it's really, I really feel like the operator heard us.
okay, you're talking about,
So that's remind me to say that to the executive, meeting.
So they're gonna have extended hours.
Not extended hours, but reasonable hours, because it was from 10 to midnight. I wouldn't want my son out there from 10 to midnight. Now it's from
It's working
7
out then.
p.m. to 10.
Oh, yeah, it's better,
Yeah,
because
of
the
course it's
swimming,
better.
the swimming at 7
No,
o'clock.
7 to 10, not 10 to 10.
Oh, 7 and
To 10,
10.
yes.
To 10.
So that's like free play, and I think even swimming.
Right.
I know New Heights said, yes, they agreed to that time. We are really trying to see about the turf, but we're negotiating. I do feel like the operators are hearing us. We're saying the same thing, and it's going to take time to really manifest that relationship and build that trust. But one of the issues that we had as a community was that we really didn't. Community Board 9 did not support the opening of Major Owens. And I understand exactly why now that I'm a part of the committee. But now they came to the committee, they said, support us, sign petitions, and the community did. They're open, and now the community feel like they don't have access to this place.
Right.
So now we're trying to get the community
Back into them.
into the building.
Mhm.
There's a elder chair yoga that was there that the elders really love. I'm thinking there's a water aerobics class for the elders, but doors should be open.
Yeah.
Doors should be open,
Well, let's
security
keep finding
too.
someone and open the doors much wider than they are, so I'm saying, because I'm a member of Major Owen, so I go there to swim myself, so. And I'm also looking at the condition. One of the last thing I want to say, but I think the locker rooms need some sprucing up.
Okay.
I see the maintenance, I know, needs to be looked at, for example, from what I'm seeing. So, especially, for me, I'm mostly in the pool area. So, this is something to talk about. I just got a one-on-one to the museum before it's too late, so I don't know if anybody else, I don't know if you want to speak. You had a meeting with Major Owens yesterday?
It was yesterday. It was.
So what was the result in terms of the situation with the new chair, with the chair? Was that
The
resolved?
result, I had to go. I went to the district attorney's office and I had to call internal affairs,
Mm-hmm.
and they both told me go back to the 71st precinct.
Okay.
Yes, I had to go
But
back.
if you guys don't know what's happening in there, I think you should know.
So I moved a motion to have the current chair, Jose Joe Coelho Senior, moved as the chair because of the Robert Rules of Order which he violated. And I listed the violations and where in Robert Rules that those violations were made. And there was a retaliation. The retaliation was he filed a harassment charge against me.
Yes, sir.
He said that we were in some sort of relationship. He also said that I threatened him. I didn't know what the threat was, so I had to call my attorney. I sent a letter to all our elected officials. I sent a letter to EDC and BFC were in the email saying that, so I should say, I filed a claim that they needed to do an investigation about the things he had said to me and this threat that he said claim I made. When I went to the 71st precinct, they told me that he said there was a shooting 11 years ago, and I said to him, oh, do you remember what happened when you got shot or you were shot at? It's gonna happen again, something along those lines. But I didn't know him 11 years ago. I don't know anything about a shooting. So I filed a complaint. I included that on March 11th, I filed my complaint internally. And then on March 15th, he went to the police and said I was the one harassing him. We were in some sort of relationship, and he rejected me and said, yeah, you laughing, but my mind, ask Nicholas.
I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah,
I mean,
I couldn't believe
it's
it.
so-
I'm sorry.
you find it so far-fetched.
Yeah.
That shows
When
his character.
When I said this to my attorney asked me, why are you dealing with this? And I said, because I live here, so somebody else doesn't have to deal with this.
Yes, somebody gotta put a stop to it.
Cause
Alright,
I'm pretty sure
so,
he did that to somebody.
I wanna-
I included that in the
we will
complaint.
follow that up because right now, he brought charges against her. So it's a legal case, so she has to go get a lawyer.
Right.
So I think this is, I think we should summarize, I don't know even, because right now she's the representative of CB9 at the Major Advisory Board, which means she's attacking her, they're attacking CB9.
Right.
And I think at the next executive meeting, next week, we should bring that up to see and ask CB9 to take a position.
Okay.
Okay?
He sent out an email. So he sent out an email to CB9.
Right.
So that I checked in to see if Dante was here. He's not here, but he did send out. He's the representative for Congresswoman Yvette Clarke.
Right.
But I have yet to have a meeting. I did go over to her office and request a meeting. But he feels like he's untouchable.
Okay? So we wanted to bring you guys a puzzle of that, so we'll be doing it.
That's insane.
That's insane.
I'm really sorry.
With that,
Yeah, really.
let's conclude.
That's
You know what,
That's-
Nicholas, you did
that's
well
scary.
today.
That's
Alright,
scary for
let's
as a woman.
conclude, and then we prepare for the meeting. Everybody, so,
Yeah.
please, guys, if you forget anything, you could go to YouTube and listen to this conversation again. So I thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
So, this conversation
That
ended.
is crazy.